thinks fear is power, but he's wrong. A beaten dog may fear you, but the second you turn your back, he's gonna strike.
My money's on me, kicking your bitch ass all night long.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Vaughn back again with another Def Jam related video. Now today we're going to be talking about everybody's favorite hated antagonist, main antagonist of the whole Def Jam series. Not just Def Jam Fight for New York, but the whole Def Jam series, because everybody hated him. Even though he was portrayed by one of the most beloved rappers in the game, aka Snoop Dogg, we still hated his ass for playing the villain himself, which was Crow. Now, we can already tell you that Crow is, he reminds me personally of Officer Tenpenny from San Andreas, because he was just manipulative, calm but yet dangerous, and he was just willing to push over anybody to get what he really wanted, no matter if it was by disrespecting somebody or anything. But I'm gonna tell you this about Crow. Let's get started. Crow started out as a gangbanger on the West Coast before even making his way to New York, hooking up with D-Mob's crew. Now, if you would have asked me what crew he was in or what gang he was in, I would say, judging by his colors, that he was a Blood. But then, you know, obviously he was portrayed by Snoop Dogg, so he probably was a Crip. But then again, I don't know. If you a gangbanger, don't be coming at me in the comments for me not knowing what color he was actually supposed to be, okay? Don't come for me. I'm just reviewing a fictional game, okay? A character, okay? Just calm down. But we can already tell you that Crow, around this time, appeared in the prequel to both Def Jam Vendetta and Def Jam Fight for New York, that he appeared in Def Jam The Takeover, but he didn't really play a substantial role in the game as D-Mob did as the main antagonist, but he did serve as a supporting role in the game, even though it wasn't that major. But around this time, he was the leader of the Manhattan crew, or the Bronx crew if you chose the Manhattan crew in the game, and he did work as D-Mob's advisor. And D-Mob himself, being the fake Suge Knight that he was, he gave him orders to kill the main protagonist's mentor, which he was named OG. And OG served a significant role in Def Jam The Takeover. The player had the option to either, you know, defeat Crow and likely beats him down, but Crow actually survives after killing OG, which personally I would have just killed him right then and there. But I know they wanted to have Crow come back because Crow is somebody that's, you love to hate him. And that's how Crow is. But let me get into Def Jam Fight for New York, where we actually got to see Crow in full action, fleshed out action. Crow makes his first appearance in the storyline after the main protagonist defeats Ice-T in Club 357. After failing to claim the club, he then confronts D-Mob and his men, claiming that the club will be eventually his, angering D-Mob even further. Before he leaves, he makes an announcement that those who want to make some real money will join up with his crew before it's too late. Thanks for the hospitality. See you soon. Sorry, I just love saying that shit. But later on, after losing more clubs, he then offers D-Mob a winner-takes-all match between both crews' best fighters. And his best fighter was none other than the man himself, Don Cartagena, aka Joey Crack, aka Just Crack. Everybody's favorite hated character of that whole freaking game. And you know how many times people have literally threw their game away because they couldn't beat Joey Crack? It was a lot of bad memories being brought up. But anyway, after Crack's defeat, he then is seen angrily leaving Club Murder as D-Mob mockingly tells him to send him a postcard from Jersey. He then replies by sending 3 of his men to assassinate D-Mob, which results in the loss of Danny Trejo's character. He later then sends Magic, aka Busta Rhymes, to Gun Hill Garage to deliver a message to the main protagonist. Now, I know I'm supposed to be covering more than this, but we already know that Fat Joe was not the one to be played with in that game, especially in that cage match. You hated Fat Joe. You just hated him. And I recently found out that through an interview that Fat Joe did say that he wanted his main character to be hard, like hard to beat. He wanted his character to be hard, and if he wasn't hard to beat, then he wasn't gonna be in the game at all. And I think after hearing this, I think everybody can just agree and be saying man, we wish this nigga was never in the game. But anyway, let me get back to the story. After failing many attempts, Crow then confronts the main protagonist at the limit and offers to double what D-Mob is already paying him if he works for him. After the main protagonist refuses, He then ambushes the main protagonist in his own home with magic and sticky fingers and tells him that he kidnapped his girlfriend, and if he wants her back, he'll have to earn all the club back. He'll have to earn every penny, everything, respect, everything, and hiding the fact that they were never going to let her live anyway. Yeah, Crow was really a backstabbing, murderous kind of dude. But after Doc's defeat, the main protagonist then demands Crow to tell him where he's hiding his girl at. He then responds by telling him that he's got one last job for him to do, and that was to finish off, aka Mr. Johnny Blaze himself, Blaze. The main protagonist then manages to betray Crow at the last moment by hitting Dub C over the head with a crowbar, or I mean not a crowbar, I mean a bat, and then saves Blaze. Then also defeats Sticky Fingers in the burning warehouse and saves his girlfriend from the burning factory, although she is resulted in a coma as a result of the fire. See, I never thought she was gonna be dead though, because it didn't really explain that she died afterwards. So, you know what I mean? So I think she still lives. It's just that she was knocked out after all that smoke and stuff. But anyway, Crow was later confronted at his own headquarters along with the rest of his men, which I don't know how the hell they all fit into that one little ass limo. Unless it was like a long stretch limo. I don't know how they all fit into it. After he orders his men to take out all of D-Mob's soldiers after Blaze and the main protagonist arrives, he goes into his office and ambushes the main protagonist with Magic aiming a gun at his head, but was shocked when Magic gave the main protagonist the gun instead. When the main protagonist turned his back on him, he then decides that he wasn't worth it. Crow, wanting always to have a fight with somebody or wanting to finish the job, he stabs him in the back, then attacks. Bars. Resulting in a tussle that ends with Crow being thrown out of the window. With Crow's and most of his lieutenants either being deceased or defected to D-Mob's crew, it's possible that Crow's crew is now disbanded and defunct thanks to the remaining members. My bad. But from looking at this, or from actually listening to me talk, which I don't know how y'all can all do that, Crow legacy as a main antagonist actually served well, because we all hated Crow. And we all love Snoop Dogg, but Crow was totally different. I mean, Crow came in dressed looking like Jimmy Bones. Like, that's all I could see was Jimmy Bones. They should have just called him Jimmy Bones instead of Crow, because I didn't see no Crow related thing on that outfit or anything related to him, unless y'all want to say he looked like a crow. I don't know. Velcro, I don't know. But Crow, portrayed by Snoop Dogg, was an excellent choice. And Crow actually was a real main antagonist. He was manipulative. He was calm but yet dangerous. He was obviously a backstabber, and he always was willing to get what he wanted. And he didn't like respect. He hated D-Mob for the respect, that respect was gonna get you where you needed to get to. He didn't like all that shit. He was like, nope. He's like, you either ride or you get rode on. But that's how he operated. Now everybody, if you was enjoying that video, make sure, and if you want more videos, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. And till then, your boy Von out. Peace.
You can't be a pimp if you get on like a hoe.